Unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
Now follows a documentary about the Queen Mother, which contains nudity and strong language from the start.
And it was here, at this exact spot that faced with 30,000 baying Frenchmen, that Henry V shat himself.
On the first day of the Battle of the Somme, over 60,000 documentaries were commissioned.
I was in the parachute regiment. I was dropped over occupied territory. 4,000 feet, 3,000, 2,000. I pulled the cord. My cagoule tightened.
Two World Wars and one World Cup. Doodah.
And it was actually here, in this very tower, that the princes were slaughtered. William on Red Bull and vodka and...
1547. Nostradamus predicts the rock group the Kaiser Chiefs. He also predicts a riot.
On one side of battle stood William of Orange. On the other side, Charles of O2 and Richard of Vodafone.
The final outcome of the Second World War has changed the world forever. So, if you don't want to know the result, look away now.
Next, Eva Braun, the inventor of the lady shave.
So it was my job to assassinate Himmler. So I stood behind the tree and waited for his car to come round the corner. Then I leapt out and I said, "Boo!" Sometimes all we had was the element of surprise.
Napoleon was imprisoned in St Helena, which was extremely uncomfortable for her. Her head was pointy, and he never took his boots off.
The Loch Ness Monster. Fact or fiction? Fiction. Good night.
Of course, during the war, I was brought up in Dorset. None of us expected the surprise Japanese attack on Poole Harbour.
Unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
The Russians had Lemsip. The Americans had night nurse. This was the Cold War.
And it was in this humble forest that the War of the Roses began.
Guy Fawkes' bid to blow up the Houses of Parliament failed when he realised his body was made of jumpers and his head was an old football.
Tonight on Bruce Forsyth's History of Britain, Boadicea, Decea Bode!
Horatio Nelson, one arm, one eye. A tragic example of what can happen if you fall asleep and someone finds your organ donor card.
Welcome to Biggest Historical Boobs with me, Katie Price.
Tonight, I intend to find out exactly what did happen to Hitler's other ball. And my search begins right here in the Albert Hall.
And on Time Team tonight, we're in Stratford-on-Avon, where we've uncovered loads of monkey skeletons and some typewriters.
When Hitler started writing Mein Kampf, he intended it to be a light-hearted romp called Carry On Kampfing.
John F. Kennedy, Indira Gandhi, John Lennon. If history teaches us anything, it's that if you don't want your child assassinated, don't name them after an airport.
To be honest, I'm not interested in all this old nonsense, really, but since the end of Blackadder, the work's been fairly hard to come by.
It's hard to believe that this crumbling old ruin presented weakest link for as long as she did.
Of course, the Bronze Age was the third best age in history.
And now the documentary that every Channel 5 commissioner has dreamt of. Did Hitler sink the Titanic?
We've been digging in this field in Hampshire for 3 weeks, and we've found this one piece of crockery, which tells us we desperately need to get laid.
Unlikely things to hear on a history documentary.
Here we are at Warwick Castle, home of one of the biggest scandals in British history. £4 for a pencil sharpener.
It was a wooden horse. The soldiers of Troy had been deceived. They would never bet on the Grand National again.
So it turns out that Henry VIII is actually some kind of medieval Hoover.
Here's an easy way to remember Henry VIII's wives. Divorced, beheaded, munter, fit, MILF.
Henry VIII divorced her, dried her, and kept her in a tiny jar. It was a fitting end for Catherine of Tarragon.
And if you want to see what this place looked like 200 years ago, then you probably voted leave.
The story of his marriage is simple. Julius Caesar, Julius marries her, Julius dumps her.
In 2068, the UK was allowed to rejoin the EU on condition that it changed its name to Very Sorry Land.
And as we unearth this skeleton, what becomes clear and what we have learned is that I should have found a deeper hole to bury my wife.
Martin Luther King had a dream about being naked and riding a camel made of ice cream, but we don't hear much about that dream, do we?
What was life like for a typical Roman soldier around 200 BC? No fucking idea.
How are your parents? Shouted Cromwell across the battlefield. And the king replied, they're very well, thank you. Isn't the weather nice for this time of year? It was civil war.
Oi, oi, you slags! History, history, history! My name's Danny Dyer, and this is Britain's oldest bricks.
They called him Edward the Confessor, but he was not as popular as his brother, Steve the What Goes on Tour Stays on Tour.
They ravaged the land, taking over vast areas with the catchphrase, if anyone can, Genghis Khan.
As they ceased to exist over 200 years ago, it was impossible to know what Southern Rail was until yesterday when one of their trains finally arrived.
Things you wouldn't hear on a history documentary.
Now, while this may look like an ordinary car park in Leicester, this is actually the final resting place of my hymen.
It's on this very spot in Dallas, overlooking the president's motorcade, that John F. Kennedy is going to die.
And it was here in this field that the fighting started. It was Glastonbury 2015 and some prick nicked my tent.
The Trojans had been fooled by a wooden horse. They would never bet on the Grand National again.
I'm walking on the outside of this castle because of my National Trust lifetime ban.
It's 1856, but it'll be 1903 before the Southern train arrives.
Henry VIII liked his wives to be athletic, and that was her downfall. She wouldn't run, she wouldn't walk. She would simply Anne Boleyn.
And so the king appointed a viceroy as a replacement for his regular Roy.
We talk a lot about Winston Churchill's achievements, but we don't talk nearly enough about that ass!
It's 1066, so that can only mean one thing. I shouldn't have bought my digital watch from a market.
Before dawn, the carts would all come out to collect the bodies. That is until the day that Prince Philip finally handed in his driving licence.
As the door was opened, he uttered the words which would start the Russian Revolution. "Excuse me," he said, "is Lenin?"
This was a time before Sigourney Weaver, when everyone else had to weave their own Sigourneys.
Incensed that both Henry and Edward had become king, Thomas the Tank Engine plotted revolt.
Of course, we talk a lot about Richard the Lionheart, but we seldom talk about his brother, William the Leopard Scrotum.
And the tyrannical leader took his own life in the bunker, is what I hope for every time Trump goes golfing.
Isambard Kingdom Brunel died as the most famous, stupidest named person in the world.
Today, we look at one of the key figures of the Ming Dynasty, your mum.
Things you wouldn't hear in a history documentary.
Well, I'm afraid due to CGI budget constraints, this series of Walking with Dinosaurs is just this.
I'd love it if you cut Angela's and just left that in. I'm Professor Robert Winston, and you join me at the Royal Albert Hall in the search for a legendary artefact. This is Hitler's other ball.
Henry, the Secretary of State during the Nixon administration, sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G-E-R.
And in ancient Greece, they used to put a coin in dead bodies' mouths, so when they got to the afterlife, they could get a trolley.
Now, unfortunately, we don't know anything about this period of history because someone pulled down one statue of a racist.
It's February and my boyfriend won't let me put the heating on. This is the real Cold War.
And I'm delighted to be the first museum animatronic of a blacksmith to host a history documentary.
And this inhabitant of Pompeii used his final seconds to hold up a sign that says, "All TV historians are dicks." Right, which one of the camera crew did this?
Before his victory in 1066, he was known as William the.
The Bronze Age. The third best age.
Now, as we all know, the Battle of Hastings occurred in 1066. Oh my God, that's my PIN number. Shit, is this live?
This has been described as dinosaur poo, and that's one of the best reviews of this history programme.
Divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. We've all got our own way of remembering the sugar babes.
After treating the body and wrapping it in bandage, they travel home and pretend they've had nothing done in Turkey.
Now, the ancient Egyptians believed that the sun crossed the sky in a golden chariot. Fucking idiots.
Welcome to another documentary about the Nazis. How have you not made your mind up?
The Black Plague was actually ended by the Great Fire of London, so you join me setting fire to a 5G mast.
Unlikely lines to find in the Bible.
He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy!
And God said, "Let there be light." Sponsored by PowerGen.
A man who lies with another man should be stoned. It helps, that's all I'm saying.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
And God said, right, that's the 14 commandments. Now, will you remember all those?
That's very good.
Table for 12, Jesus. I can do 2 6s at 8:30.
And on the 8th day, God created a magic talking leopard and forgot all about us.
And Mary said God had given her a child, so Joseph went and joined Fathers for Justice.
And it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, although Thames Water still had a hosepipe ban.
St. Paul's third epistle to the Corinthians. Dear Corinthians, I've written to you twice now. No reply. I don't know how you do things in Corinth, but where I'm from, that's a bit rude.